Merkel Media.
He put it in park, threw open the driver's door, ran out the side of the car, across the front of it, and jumped right off the side of the bridge in front of me.
The only people who really pulled over were truckers.
He said, we're going Hodge, and he didn't slow down. He went across the median onto the oncoming traffic, but where they could see him coming, they just got out of the way.
I noticed this plane was really low. It went right in front of us, hit the fence, and it spun around. 30 seconds more, he could have hit us.
And I went around that truck, and a guy stepped out from behind the truck and threw a piece of wood, and it shot through my window just like a spear and stuck in the back of the cab of my truck.
That's probably one of the strangest things.
That's the way it is. That's how we roll. That's how we do things. Yes, sir. I know we're on. And
we are. We're live now.
We are live. Well, we're not really live. We're Memorex.
Is it live or is it? Holy crap! That's a blast from the past.
How about it? Huh?
Guy sitting in the chair with the scarf blowing.
Are we showing our age just a little bit too much, aren't we? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a little rough sometimes. But that's the way it is. That's life, I'm telling you, this is how things really run.
Oh, did I tell you about the water boy?
What water boy?
The water. No, I didn't then.
Apparently not. The movie?
No, the Piddle High version.
The high quality
H2O. All right, Adam Sandler. What about it?
I come into work last night, and every time I come in, Smeestag.
I don't know. I don't know how you say his name.
John.
Yeah, we'll just say John.
He's always down there.
Smeestad?
He's always down there where they have the cart there with the hot chocolate and coffee for the dock guys and everything. Yeah. He's always there, twerking around, filling this up, filling it up, filling the water up. And Ben was standing there, and I had said to him, I says, "Look, I don't want to make this sound like I'm picking on you, that this becomes an HR issue." I says, "But from now on, I'm just going to call you the water boy."
Again, how to win friends and influence people.
Because I go over there, grab a cup of hot water, grab the hot chocolate, and I'm out.
Right.
I don't even mix it right away. And then even John said that. He said, "Yeah, he just takes his cup of hot water, he leaves."
It'll mix as a drive.
But Ben was like, "Joe," I said, "I don't want this to become an HR issue that we have to sit down and have a powwow about it."
Are we opening up our own little Starbucks here? Is that what's going on?
Well, because it's so cold out there between this week and plus this
coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
You dated the show again.
I know, it's terrible. That's all right.
Well, it's wintertime, so it's cold all the time.
Because
by the time you hear this, it could be spring.
just in case somebody is interested, wondering, or whatever's going on, this is what the app that says it is called the whatever it's called. The daily holiday thingy app that I have on my phone today is National Winnie the Pooh Day.
Okay,
just in case.
Christopher.
All right,
and it's also
or
Peking
Anthony and
Duck
Lighthall.
Day. If you like Peking Duck, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
Don't use what you called the food last time.
No, keep it to yourself.
What did I call the food last time?
Maintenance
Chinese
Day.
Food.
Oh,
Maintenance Day.
Yeah, I have no idea. Of course, it's a Saturday.
I gotta go rotate my tires. I guess I gotta do proper maintenance.
Got to rotate them.
Day, yes.
Drive around the parking lot. They're rotated.
It's also Thesaurus Day.
Oh,
which the word thesaurus means many treasures.
Yeah, you did some pre-show.
Many treasures, happy hands. Okay, whatever.
I thought it was just a dinosaur.
I know, right?
That's a thesaurus.
That's a brontosaurus. And that's a thesaurus.
And they say I'm screwed up.
That's because he doesn't know what his pronouns are.
Right.
Well,
they're gonna know their pronouns in about 2.5 more days.
Oh, Jesus!
They're gonna know their pronouns in about 2.5 days.
The drinking hasn't even started yet.
I hope this mic isn't on her. That's going to be horrendous sound.
That's all right. You can move that away, Mike. Put it away from yourself a little bit. Give yourself some room.
Evidently, you need a lot.
Which is why we can't have nice
Big
things
fat
around
man
here.
jammed in the corner here. He's out there in the wide open center field.
Got a man spray.
We are just doing all kinds of. We're really, it's like crazy. We're talking about pronouns, manspreading, all kinds of stuff going on here. But we got one more holiday to mention today. One more. National Michigan Day. I have no idea.
Ew, Michigan.
Yep.
UP. Yippee.
Well, I think we all pee from time to time. Not just me.
My wife didn't get the joke at first. I don't know. It's way back from when I was a kid. She's in the bathroom and I said, I had no idea you were foreign. She's just like, yeah, European. And she's just, and then it clicked in and she just shook her head. That's the kind of you get when you get married to me.
Usually if I'm heading to the bathroom quickly, I'm a Russian.
Yeah.
So that's one of those, whatever. And when I'm all done, what would I be? Finish.
I got it.
Nicely played, Mike. Very good. Shipper.
Yeah.
What the freaking heck are you doing on your phone?
I'm looking at the CDL life. Apparently,
any news?
Slow roll in honor of 2022 Trucker Freedom Convoy is scheduled for this month.
Slow roll. What the hell is everyone's slow? Everyone's
Look,
slow
I'm
down.
reading it right there. It's what I got. Okay.
All of a sudden, he's Mr. News from the news desk.
Yeah.
You get a little ticker underneath the screen.
Right? Shipper, give us the news.
There's a button there, huh? Ooh. 6 hurt after dump truck hits tractor trailer, plows into Target store. Interesting.
Not for the 6 that got hurt.
Oh, and I did hear. I told you about the Washington thing or Oregon thing. They were sending fire equipment.
Yeah. I actually saw there was a video of somebody heading down to California and they got stopped at the border. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I saw that too.
They had to get a DOT check to make sure they were good.
But
to come in.
They were
coming in from Mexico. Hey, go
nothing on the south. Everything coming down from the north. We got to hold.
Those trucks don't meet our EPA regulations, so we got to hold them up at the border. That's what they were doing. That's literally what they were doing.
They claim it wasn't for the EPA. It was to make sure they were safety checked.
Yeah.
That's all.
So they met
meanwhile, the fires are burning.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Los Angeles is, what used to be Los Angeles, formerly known as Los Angeles.
Well, the only thing I got to say out there is, I hope my peeps out there, Emilio and his friends are
I do hope
hanging out.
I hope they're
but
safe.
they're further to the east of California there, where they're in the red zone. So
the pictures are good. I don't understand how that happens. I mean, just like what they were showing. I don't know if it was Malibu or whatever, but along the beach there.
Yeah,
they're like so far away from the mountain, and like there's nothing left on that beach. Yeah. I don't understand.
Pacific Coast Highway.
And it's like
stop. This is the gist I got. They burnt, the Santa Ana winds came in, blah, 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 burned, and, the fire jumped onto that side of the highway. Okay. But there was no water, they claimed. I says,
there's a whole fucking ocean.
A big ocean there. Their answer was,
the biggest ocean.
The answer I got was,
that
has salt in it that would damage the equipment.
Yeah.
I says, I could get that if you're going to use salt water once and, not have another fire for another, 50 days.
Yeah.
But
then again,
there's a lot of stuff burning. I'm sure you could hook up to a hydrant if one had water and flush out your equipment.
Right.
But meanwhile, you could have probably dropped the hose in there and saved one or two of those beachfront properties.
I didn't understand because doesn't like the wind come off the ocean?
No, this was blowing down through the canyon.
Yeah, it comes down
from blowing right out to the ocean.
Oh, yeah, I was just surprised. Like the it's
crazy.
Just amazing.
It's crazy.
And
I could see it. Honestly, this is like I'm watching this week. I'm just looking at the news and watching YouTube videos and everything. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I could understand this if they didn't have these Santa Ana winds and the fires every year.
Oh.
Every year, yeah.
They have them every year. All of a sudden I don't know if I can even say these things. If it's mean or not.
What got me was the resources that were put in.
You tell me I can.
They want to protect the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
How about we protect some homes, maybe?
Yeah.
Instead of worrying about some stupid Hollywood, they said, no, we're going to make sure that doesn't get damaged.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Priorities, bro.
Yeah, I get it. Well, priority should have been not cutting the fire budget right as winter comes, and it's their worst. It's the worst fire risk out there in the wintertime.
Right. I know.
And now that you see the latest thing is the landslides are coming after all the vegetation's burned off. Houses that survived the fire are now being washed away because of all the water that got dumped on the hillside to fight the fire.
Right.
Did you see the interview, just a little part of the interview that they did with one of the assistant fire chiefs?
Ugh.
Did you see that?
I saw the one that said, if you got yourself in that situation,
into that situation,
then that's your fault. I don't have to carry you out.
You can't carry my husband out of a fire. And she said, well, if he got himself into that situation,
then you did something.
That's
well, that's the DEI.
Yes.
She should not, or what he, whatever it was, should not be in that position.
It's ridiculous. And it is ridiculous.
And was it the mayor, or is it the mayor or whatever was over in Africa when it all started?
The mayor, yeah. Was her name Bass?
Karen,
I think her
Karen
Bass.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess.
I mean, hey, your state, you do whatever you want to do. That's why I said to Michelle, I don't. It's not my business. I don't live out there, but I don't ever want to hear people complain about stupid crap like this when you're the people who put these people into office.
Well, 5 months ago, those people in North Carolina are still sleeping in tents and shit. They didn't get what they wanted.
Hey,
but what did Joe Biden say to Governor Gavin Newsom? Oh, well, we'll take care of everything. Don't worry about it. We'll have everything.
I heard for 180 days, they're going to pay for everything.
Did they do anything for North Carolina for 5 days? No.
Well,
and it's still, the people are still sleeping in tents in North Carolina.
They're
but
still
we're going to worry about all
checks.
the rich people out there in LA because I'm sorry. It's just, yep.
I think we should.
Do I get a little
emotion?
California has withdrawn its request for a federal waiver requiring the trucking industry to transition to zero emission vehicles. Not such a good idea anymore, huh?
Because they know it's not going to happen. I mean, even Europe is pulling back. There's no way you go zero emissions on a truck.
You can't. I mean, unless you have that emission sticker on the side, clean emissions like we got on our mouth. You can't get into California to turn you around.
Those stickers are from California.
You have a microphone. You have to use it.
They turn around.
You can look to them through your. Move your microphone. Well, no, don't move your microphone because just start playing with it.
I don't get
taking it all apart.
I want to get a wobble to it.
At least he's on his phone, but he's talking at the same time.
Have you ever read the stuff on your visor on the Max that they said if it's idle, you can idle indefinitely at a certain RPM.
You run out of fuel.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like they're saying that's like from the way I read, I don't know if it actually says zero emissions, but that there's no. Well, you got a diesel engine running. How is there no emissions? Now, I'll give it the DEF or the exhaust the after treatment.
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible. The inside of those pipes are clean. It ain't you ain't blowing soot out like you used to.
Right.
But you're still. How is it zero emissions?
It's got to have something. There's gotta be something
you're burning a fossil fuel, no matter how you do it.
Especially a dirty fossil fuel.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like. And don't get me wrong.
And I'm not an environment. I'm not saying
anything. No, I got you.
But how is that? And how does it make sense to have that after treatment? And you're gonna run that diesel at a high RPM for an hour to regen or
regen. Yeah.
I was like, how does that make sense?
Yeah, because you're cleaning the soot out.
Yeah, by burning it another 4 or 5 gallons of diesel,
right?
Like,
and pushing it out.
Yeah,
because it has to expel.
And it runs hot too.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they really do.
I just don't. I never
be sitting under a tree.
Yeah, no.
You look like California.
There was a video of I think it was Kenworth.
Yeah.
It was on YouTube. That's where I find out most of my information nowadays is on YouTube.
There you go. That's right. Don't we all?
He had a regen. He had a pullover and regen, and his after treatment, the canister was glowing.
Wow.
That's how hot it was getting.
Isn't that crazy?
And he was like, he said, it was a Hispanic guy talking. He's like, I think I should go tell my boss.
I think
this ain't good. And he said, it was glowing. I mean, it was like bright red. I didn't think, first of all, I didn't think diesel could ever burn that hot.
Right.
So something must have been going on here, but to me, that doesn't make any sense. Because it's like, what it is, it's a chemical reaction with the urea, the DEF we put in urea. That's what's supposed to take the particulates out of the air.
Yep.
Uh-oh. This affects us. Strap in. On January 16th. Okay. PennDOT is.
There it went.
Just went.
Oh, for the love of
PennDOT is launching a new program intended to cut down on traffic by reducing the amount of time that a commercial vehicle idles at an intersection. On January 16th, that was yesterday, or a couple days ago.
It was
yesterday.
PennDOT announced of course, they got money. Reception of a $1.3 million grant from the Department of Transportation to fund the agency's freight signal priority technology pilot. As a part of the pilot program, they'll install new technology to two high truck traffic areas in central Pennsylvania. Now we got $1.3 million, and we're going to install this in 2.
Righteous.
So $500,000 apiece. Really? I'm figuring in 2 high traffic truck sections in Pennsylvania on Cameron Street in the city of Harrisburg, and along the Harrisburg Pike, Middlesex Township, Cumberland County, which means I think the Miracle Mile going to Carlisle. When you get off 81 to get to the Turnpike, I think that's what they're talking about. I think that's Cumberland County there.
What is it going to do?
It uses real-time GPS from the truck and determines the truck speed and location. When the truck's approaching the traffic signal, it's going to send the priority that he should go before the car on the side of the road. Like Allentown Road on 663 at 2 o'clock
every time
at
in the middle of the
2:30
night.
in the morning. It changes on you because there was a moth on one side of the road that wants to cross the highway.
I don't see how that works. If it's so heavy truck traffic, trucks are going to be going either way. So we'll stop these trucks so they can idle to let this truck go so he doesn't have to idle.
They mean the side road. They're going to keep the main thoroughfare.
Okay. All right.
For
determine the truck speed location, the truck's approach and traffic signal. The system sends a priority request to the signal controllers, causing the green light to be extended by 5 to 7 seconds.
Anybody see any problems with any of this?
So that means... I'm just spitballing here with our technology,
our analog technology.
If it's green, it's not going to go to yellow because we got an extra 5 to 7 seconds.
Right. It'll wait till you cross the line. Oh, my word.
It keeps traffic moving, reduces emission, and produced by trucks idling.
This ain't going to work.
Nope.
Ain't going to
no. Whatever. Anyway, welcome to Hammer Lane Legends. I am Brian Merkel.
I'm Mike Dre.
I'm Brian Shipper.
If you've got a crazy and wild story you would like to share with us from the road, or if you'd like to have a conversation with us about your experiences on the road, go ahead and contact us at hammerlanelegends@gmail.com. That's hammerlanelegends@gmail.com. Get that? hammerlanelegends@gmail.com. And send us a message, or you go to the hammerlanelegends.com webpage, which we do have.
Merch.
We are. I'm still working because I was talking to just on this little aside, just a little bit of business, a little bit of just let everybody know what's going on. I went in to buy a hat, and it was still in test mode for the purchasing. So I let HQ know, and he said he'll take a look at it and get things up and running for us. But it is there. You can take a look at the stuff. There's only hats, hoodies, and T-shirts to start with. We're just at that point, and we just need to back off the whole thing. So the merch is reduced down to just a few items right now. We're eventually going to build more into that, but just so everybody knows, and that be patient. That part is coming up. And I actually got an email from somebody who asked me if we had merch. Who was asking if we had merch, and I was like, yeah. And I answered her. And so anyway, that's what spawned this little aside for a little right hand turn, a little left hand turn. But anyway, if you have a crazy and wild story, share with us, contact us.
Nice.
Get a hold of us.
Into it. Yeah.
I know, right? Segue right back, and, or you can go into the hammerlanelegends.com webpage, and there's a contact section, and you can get a hold of us that way. We're trying to make it convenient. Go ahead and get a hold of us at some point. Maybe I'll just start putting my phone number on there and you can just text me.
I can't figure out how to call them. The hell with it.
But we'll get you on the show. We'll have a conversation with you. It'd be freaking fantastic. We enjoy talking with drivers. We enjoy talking with anybody who drives. And, we've had conversations with Uber drivers. We've had conversations with mass transit drivers. We've had conversations with truck drivers. We've had conversations with EMT drivers.
We even had conversations with people who work in the office at
exactly. And if you fall into any of those categories, if you have a driver's license.
Oh, no, we're at that point. If you have a driver's license,
contact us.
A learner's permit will do.
It'd be cool to have, don't you think it'd be cool to have a cop on?
Absolutely.
Like a state trooper or something?
I would love to get a DOT guy in.
That would be my, and I don't know if we could.
I get inspected enough. I'll talk to him next time I'm in there.
But that's all the way up there in Connecticut.
Obviously, they're inspecting a lot of trucks, so he'd have some stories.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be great. I mean, and I'll have to I'll check with up here in Hamburg at the barracks and see if they have anybody who does,
Yeah, I would love to talk to one of them.
Because I think that'd be really cool. I do. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be great. It'd be a great conversation to have. I don't know what we talk about besides getting irritated. But
why do you guys do what you do? Go.
Don't you feel bad?
Harassing innocent truckers.
Yes, of course. Sleepless,
holding us there for an hour.
Like, some of the old songs, 6 days on the road and little white pills going down and staying awake, But hey, that was back in the 70s.
Yes, we can't do that no more. Random drug testing and all that.
Exactly. Random.
I would never do anything illegal.
Nope. I don't do anything illegal.
Unless I get caught. In that case, I'm sorry.
It's only illegal when you get caught.
That's like the boss comes up to you and says, "Hey, I need to talk to you." I guess I didn't do it unless there's a video. In that case, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I will endeavor to be better.
Amen, brother. And unfortunately,
usually a video. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. There's a video everywhere. Either one from your truck, somebody else's truck, somebody's dash cam, or the light.
Did you see the last? I wasn't the last station, the one before where we had video from our truck and video from another truck that called in that our guy cut him off. He came right over in front of him. I was like, oh, Jesus, man, there are cameras everywhere.
Yeah, not smart. Don't do that. Yeah, especially to your own drivers. Then again,
Well, it wasn't one of our drivers. It was another company.
Oh, that was sent him. Yeah. It is crazy out there. But anyway, all those things being said, Chipper, tell them about Buy Me a Coffee.
Buy me a coffee. Keep us caffeinated. Buymeacoffee.com/Hammerlane, a virtual tip jar. If you like what we're doing, have at it. Follow the simple prompts. Feel free to contribute. If not, thanks for looking.
Thanks for looking. So anyway, how was your week? Now that we talked about all kinds of other crap, let's boil this thing down. How was your week?
Well, I'm working the earlier shift now at work. I start at 4 a.m, and that's a lot better. I'm avoiding a lot of traffic. I wish I could start earlier, but the loads just aren't getting done like they used to. So
yeah, I get that.
But man, I got to go through the scale house every day, and I got inspected again. But other than that, man, I'm working way less hours doing this now compared to what I was before. Doing the same gig, driving to the same place, but it's just starting 2 hours earlier.
That's awesome.
Kills a lot of that traffic nightmare up there.
I'm glad. I'm glad for you. I mean, that's really awesome.
As long as you pass Danbury before 7 o'clock, you don't hit that scale.
Well, no, not anymore. They're opening at 6 now.
Oh, really?
Wow.
And it doesn't matter. I can't get up there. And I can't get up there before 7 anyway because my loads just aren't getting done. I think the earliest I got out was 20 after 4 this week. And that's putting me right up there around 7 o'clock. And they're open all the time. They
open at 6 and then they're open until
whenever they feel like closing, really. I mean, I've seen it when I come back. I've seen them open in the afternoon, like at 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Wow.
But most time I think they're done around noon.
Well, that's not bad. What are you laughing at, Chip? You still reading more emails? Are you done? Are you done reading emails? Are you looking at the
Iowa
news?
State Patrol now is a big rig driver on I-380 for missing tires. I mean, it's one of those. It looks like one of those super slick rims. It's not even there. Nothing.
Yeah.
Right there.
Nice. Way to go.
Stevie Wonder could have figured that out.
Yeah, well, Stevie Wonder wasn't driving that one.
You sure?
Yep, pretty sure.
I saw a truck 2 weeks ago going down the road. It was a flatbed, empty flatbed, but he had ratchet straps holding up the back axle because both, or maybe it was a super single, whatever, the wheel's just gone. And they just ratchet strapped the axle. The other side's down on the ground rolling, and they just kept that side up off the ground.
Get the heck
strap.
out.
He's going down the road 65 mile an hour. I don't know.
Not a care in the world, huh?
Well, it wasn't loaded, so you only need one axle.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess.
But I guess there's no way to pick up that axle, so they just kind of want to keep that end up off the ground. I guess seen the strap going up over the frame of the trailer, and he was barreling down the highway.
Well, some guys, they do whatever they need to do to keep it rolling. Some guys just, stop and call. Hey, I need a new tire. Well, don't get over rambunctious about spending money. Just strap it up. You'll be good. And it costs to have.
You got straps, don't you? Yeah, I'm a flatbed. Well, there you go. Fix
it. They're on your truck. It's free. Have a good time. It is crazy. The stuff that you see out there, it's nuts.
It seems to be an epidemic. I'm seeing more and more of the wheels coming off of trucks.
Yeah.
Like whole wheels coming off.
It is crazy. You watch, there's a lot of YouTube videos with that stuff.
You see what it does to a car if they
holy Moses.
It launches that sucker up in the air.
Even a car tire hitting a car does a lot of damage. I've seen car tires come off and do that on YouTube.
I hit one with the truck and it put me out of commission because it knocked the valve off the air tank underneath the steps.
Wow.
I got out and my front tire kicked it up against the Jersey wall and it came back and just ripped the valve right off the side of that air tank.
There goes all that air.
And I was like, oh boy. I felt the truck start grabbing. I got over to the side before it completely went out, but it wasn't holding any air anymore.
Wow. That sucks.
And that was it looked like a spare tire.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it fell off of a car because they're all hanging underneath. If these SUVs are all hanging down from underneath the car.
Right.
And I've seen them where they're just swinging back and forth, just waiting one bump away and that thing's coming off.
See, that is something that I think should just totally be illegal. I had to get, put my spare on my car and, they're crap.
Well, that's okay. Most car companies aren't putting spares in cars anymore anyway.
It should be illegal to sell a car with those spare tires, and it should be illegal for them to sell a car with what we're spending for a car, an extra $150 for a tire. Stop. Are you kidding me?
The problem is,
if I'm spending,
you're saying spare tire. It is not a spare tire. It is a temporary use tire.
What I would like is a spare tire.
Well, you'd have to
cut out. What they used to
you'd
be.
have to cut out the wheel.
It takes too much space. It's all about space and weight. And
space, weight.
You know what? I don't buy
most new cars though now. Newer cars, they don't even come with any temporary used tires or spare tires.
How is that
because everybody had half the idiots now don't even know how to change a tire, so it wouldn't matter anyway.
That's true.
They got to call road service anyway. Because BMW, I don't think in the past couple of years, I don't think any of their cars
for what they charge for a tire. Or what they charge for a car, I should say. For what they charge. I mean, you're spending for a BMW. What's an average price for a BMW brand new? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Their cheapest one is probably low 50s.
So $200 for a tire is too much.
Well, it's not the price anymore. It's the space. The way they have.
It's just stupid. For me, in my mind, because you know what? I'd rather give up the space when I actually have a flat tire to be able to change it and put a regular sized tire on there.
A lot of people just don't think about it because, like I said, they don't even know how to change a spare tire. I mean,
what do you do?
My Tesla didn't come with a spare tire. I had to buy one. I spent $350 because there's no space for it. So now my rear floor in the back of the car, I built something where I put the spare tire in there. So I lost maybe like that because I bought a donut basically. I didn't buy a full size. Just something to get me where I got to go.
But I think that's crazy
because everybody gets most new cars. I'm talking about used here. New cars, they come with roadside assistance from Audi, from BMW, from Ford, from Chevy. They all have.
If I have a tire go, I'm going to call them and sit there and wait for somebody to show up.
Or in 15 minutes, you can change it yourself.
Right. Yeah. Put a new tire and then charge me for a new tire.
Yeah. And what sucks about I
wait 3 or 4 hours for somebody to show up and change the tire.
The only thing I can go by is by what I have with my car with Tesla. You get a flat tire with a Tesla. Yes, you get roadside assistance for the first 4 years or however long your regular warranty is. You get roadside assistance. That's great. Yeah. But the stipulation is they'll come out and they're pretty quick from what I understand because they're involved with AAA. So Tesla will just send out whoever AAA is. They'll come out, but they are only authorized to tow that to a Tesla service center.
Right.
Well, that's great. What happens if it happens on a Saturday afternoon? They'll tow it to a Tesla service center. Well, the nearest one to me is an hour away in Warminster, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
So they're going to tow it there, and then I'm going to have to pay for them to put a new tire on, and they're not open again until Monday morning.
Right. So you're without a car.
Yeah. So I was like, I want a spare, and I will take my tire where I got to go.
Right.
And
because
I'll replace it.
Right. I mean, you understand. I do. I understand that, when this whole donut thing first started.
That was a long time ago.
It is a long time ago. But I remember full size spare tires. You lifted up the back, and there's, a full size spare. Voila.
Took up half your trunk, but it was
there. Yeah. I mean, that was back in the days.
That was back when trunks were trunks. You could get 8 people into the drive-in.
That's back in the day when the spare tire was on top, not underneath the floor.
Well, underneath was your fuel tank right at the back of the car that could explode when you get rid of it.
Yeah. So why not? but now it's like we got to hide it. Okay, so we hide it. We make it nice. It looks a lot. Can you make it another inch or two deeper? Do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, there's got to be some way of engineering that you could put a full, and because I'm telling you what, it irritates me to freaking have to put a stupid little tire on there that you put the tire on, and the car is now telling me that I have a low air pressure.
Well, because your sensor's not on that spare tire.
Right.
So, yeah.
So now I got to look at that and worry. Is a tire going down? Is there another tire? Do I have another tire that's going down? It's just, I'm a very simple-minded person. Like, trust me, ask my wife. She's like, yep, he's simple.
Don't talk too fast. He'll get confused.
Slow down, bro.
Don't move your hands too much. He gets distracted.
Yep. Slow the roll. Turn the lights down. Dim them a little bit. He gets, glare.
Don't call me dim no more.
But it's just, it's like we accept so much stupid crap because our government allows it to happen.
A lot of that, though, is driven by the consumer. They want an SUV. Everybody wants a compact SUV or a mid-size SUV, they want that form function, which I'm right there with them. My car works perfect for me and my
is that an SUV?
Need. It's considered an SUV. It's more of a crossover style for me.
It is a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, it's all-wheel drive, but they want all the space inside. Well, if you're going to put a tire in there, it's going to take away space. So it's a race to see who can get the most square inches of cargo space. Well, how can we do that? Let's take the spare tire out. And then the electric cars are going to say, well, we need this big ass battery in here. We can't have a spare tire.
Where do they put the battery?
Underneath. Battery
underneath.
Between the two axles is the floor. That's my battery.
That's a big battery.
It is. That's why the car is really decent. Even for what it is, how big it is, it's really good in the corners. It's good in the snow because it's so heavy.
And it's low.
Yeah.
Low center of gravity.
Low center of gravity. It handles more like a sports sedan than it does a crossover SUV.
I mean, I just wanted to complain about something.
Yeah, but I agree with the Spirit. That's one of the first things I did. Well, not the first thing. I had the car for like 6 months, and then we were going on a long road trip, and I'm like, what the hell's going to happen?
What happens?
If I get a flat tire and I'm 300 miles from home?
Yep.
So I went out and I think I paid $300. I bought it from Amazon. It's a no name, probably from China or whatever.
There.
It's just I hopefully I'll never use it. Yeah, I'll never have to use it. But it came with a carrying bag and a jack and everything.
Right.
And another thing with these cars, with these batteries, you got to watch. You can't just throw a jack underneath it.
Sure.
It looks strong enough and jack it up. You'll damage your battery.
Yeah.
So now they have they have 4 holes, 2 on each side, right around the wheels, and you got to put a puck. They sell these pucks. They look like hockey pucks with a little knob, and you stick it up in there. I had them for my Corvette.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good.
You put it up there, and then you jack up on the jack pad, they're called.
Yeah.
Well, the spare that came with it actually had one built in that you screw on top of the jack that goes perfectly in there, so you don't have to worry about damaging anything.
That's good.
And it to me, it's like $300. Even if I never use the thing, it's fine. It's worth it to have.
That's the point. You hope to never have to use it, but if you do, you have it.
Well, you know what
I mean? That's what I mean by the spare. It's like, I don't care. Maybe it's just because I've gotten older. Like you start getting older and you start looking at these because you're like,
what the hell are these kids doing?
Yeah. I mean, it is just me and Michelle, and it's not like, so I don't need a lot of room. So, I mean, I've got plenty of room in my trunk for a spare.
Your car came with a spare though, right?
Yeah. The donut.
Yeah. The donut.
But it's when I just went through that a couple weeks ago. So what I wound up doing was just going and getting tires on all the way around. Sorry, Ship. I had to do it because I was at the point where I was already there for one tire. And then, it's like, all right, whatever. So let's just get them all done. That way I'm done.
My thing is if I ever have to do that.
What'd you get? You get Michelin's?
No, I didn't. I was not going to spend that kind of money there.
They're round, they're black, they're rubber.
They're working.
They hold air.
Yeah. They hold air for 40,000 miles or until they blow.
So, I go by what my grandfather always said. If it's less than 50% left to tread on the tire, replace them. If you have to replace one.
If you're replacing one, that was my thought. I didn't want to replace one, and all of them have been on since I bought the car. And I was like, what's the point? And I don't know how long they were on before that.
Is that all-wheel drive or is that just front-wheel drive?
Just front-wheel drive.
I think you can just replace as long as they're the same on each axle, you're fine.
I could have done one whole axle, but I figured out if I'm here, I'm wasting the time now on a Sunday afternoon. I'm just going to do it because I knew that I was going to have to do them soon anyway. Probably after this winter, they would. So I was just like, screw it.
Because now when you have these all-wheel drive vehicles, I went through that when I had my Audi, the Q3. I had a blowout. Right. Well, actually, I had a giant bubble. I pinched a tire. It looks like I had a giant bubble on the outside, and my tires. I already had 25,000 miles on them or so. They still have decent tread on them yet. And the guy goes, we can't just replace one. I said, okay, well, we'll replace the two for the front. He's like, with the Audi, it's full-time all-wheel drive.
Oh, okay.
So at all times, there's a mechanical connection to all of them. And you have tires with this much tread on the front and this much, and then this much on the back. It's going to throw your computer off, and it can actually damage the all-wheel drive.
That makes sense.
Because I had one bad tire, I had to replace
all four.
Yeah. And it's the same. Well, the EVs are a little different. It's kind of like your car. You can just do axle to axle because there's no mechanical connection from the front and the back.
Right.
But yeah, and tires, they're another thing that got so damn expensive.
Oh, yeah. Holy moly. Freaking
well, why do you say that? They're made with oil, petroleum.
And rubber.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a rubber. I know. Remember when the tires actually you were made out of rubber? Rubber plant? They were white.
Yeah. I remember when you get white walls.
Yeah. Oh, I hated that. My
dad always got those.
That was classy.
It was.
The cars rusted out to shit, but we got
look at the white walls.
Now we got a classy car.
Yeah.
You can cruise the Miracle Mile, right, Billy?
Yeah, it looked cool on the freaking 1974 Ford Gran Torino 4-door. Man, it was awesome. It was a boat going down the road. You know, I loved that car. That's the car I learned how to drive on. And I'm like,
Jesus, that was a boat.
It was fantastic.
I learned on a Dodge Omni.
Oh, there you go.
79 Dodge Omni. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's what I took my test in.
Yeah, the car after my dad got rid of that was a Pinto.
No, that wasn't.
He just got a used car for work. I was like, well, sure, now you get the Pinto. I took my test. Now you get the Pinto. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, I had that Dodge Omni. I think my dad got it for $900.
Wow.
Had like 120,000 miles on it, and it smoked real bad unless you put my dad put something in the oil so it wouldn't smoke so bad, so I could go take my test in it. And then after that, we didn't care anymore. We changed the oil and it just smoked like crazy. We didn't care until the engine let loose. But yeah, that was a good car to learn. It was like a little Volkswagen Rabbit.
Yeah, exactly.
Type thing.
The same style body style type thing and all that. So yeah,
baby brown.
Yeah,
that's what the color of the car.
Cars were weird colors back then, you know. I know.
Gold and baby brown, a two-tone car. I was like, man, I got a two-tone paint job.
That's almost the color of my dad's Gran Torino. Was like a weird green brown thing going on. I don't know what you would call it, but the interior was like a brown, like a tan, darker than tan, but not brown, but lighter than darker than tan, but not light like tan. So it was like a weird brown color. Yeah, you know.
They used to call any brown car that was like that weird. They used to call it baby brown.
Yeah, that was it. It really was. It was crazy.
I inherited my mom after that car. I got my mom's 86 Cavalier because that one blew up. I got an 82 Cavalier. That was on its last legs when I got it. Right. And then my mom and dad wanted to buy a new GMC Jimmy, or I think it was a year old. They bought a used GMC Jimmy. They were willing to give my mom the same. She had an 86 Cavalier station wagon. They were going to give her the same amount of money for that car as they would for my old POS Cavalier.
Right.
That was like a couple $100. So I got they traded in my old thing that was barely running.
Right.
And they gave me the Cavalier. So I did my senior year in high school in a beige and brown Chevy Cavalier station wagon.
Wow.
I was cool.
You were styling.
Yes,
oh, yeah. The amount of grief I got for that. I mean, it did have its advantages. I could take like 10 kids in the back of that thing. I mean, the ass end was dragging, but
first car I bought when right out of high school, 1976, Chrysler Cordoba.
With a rich Corinthian leather.
Car I was driving when Michelle and I were dating. She did not learn how to drive on that car. It's like a front end that just kept going.
Yeah, it's like thermal quad carburetor on them.
Awesome, man. It was beautiful. Bench seats,
pull into the front end pulls into your driveway. 10 minutes later, the rest of the car makes it in there.
Yes, sir.
My grandmother had a 72 Buick LeSabre.
Wow, nice.
That was another land. It was a 4-door land yacht.
Yes, sir.
And man, we used to drive that thing because she couldn't drive anymore. So me and my cousin used to drive that thing around because we're out in the country. Nobody didn't matter.
Yeah.
And it had a 350 4-barrel carbureted engine on there, and that was not enough power to move this freaking car. It was I just can't imagine the cars back then.
That was the fuel miser engine, because usually you should have a 455 under it.
Yeah. Well, it had the 4-barrel, so it wasn't fuel efficient. That's for sure.
Yeah. Those are the kind of cars that when you stepped on the fuel like this to pull out quick, the
You can-
fuel gauge went.
You can watch the gauge go down as you're going down the highway.
Yes, sir. But
Yeah,
gas was cheap back
Probably
then.
in like single digits fuel economy.
Yeah. Oh my word. Yeah. Yeah.
I got 8 miles per.
It was amazing. I loved it.
You were saying about gas.
Uh-huh.
Well, here's a throwback. Watch the Christmas classic Die Hard when they're
We just
When
watched
he goes
it.
to the-
when you're at the the
gas
cops
station,
at the gas
getting
station.
his
It's
Twinkies.
California, and it's like
89 cents.
89 cents, something stupid. And this is California at the time. And where are we at? California.
I know. We just watched that at Christmas time. My wife wanted to watch
Christmas
What is a
classic.
Christmas movie? It is a Christmas classic. I totally agree. That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, my wife said the same thing. She's like, she grabbed the remote and she look at the gas prices.
Yes, isn't it amazing? It really is. It's crazy. It is so crazy.
I don't even know what gas is now because obviously I don't go get it. But my wife said it was going down for a while. I don't know if it did.
Yeah.
It went down because last time I did the gas station gallon dollars with you on the blower there,
Right.
and then it went back up like I was hitting 329, 335 a gallon again.
But it started dropping back down again the past couple of.
Well, that's the last
since
time
the
I
election.
filled. Yeah.
It started dropping down. So
Well, hopefully the new president will start drilling in or giving permits out. We can
it'd be nice.
lower energy prices.
Yeah, it would be nice. Although I will say this, Donald Trump is good for cryptocurrency.
Is he?
Yeah,
I don't own any, so I don't know.
I do, and he's really good for it. I don't know.
I don't understand it, so I don't own any.
I don't understand it either, but I just put a little bit into it just to diversify, have a little bit here, a little bit. I mean, I don't have a lot to put in.
It was over like 100,000, I think.
It is
Bitcoin.
now 104.
Is it?
Yeah.
Still up there? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're just watching, you're like, and I don't have that much as far as invested in it.
You don't even have a whole coin.
No,
you got
my
maybe
word,
one.
No,
He wouldn't be doing this podcast.
You got one letter on the coin.
What I think, and with Bitcoin, they're called Satoshis. I think is what they are.
Satoshi.
That's what little increments. Yeah.
Is that the thing that one guy was in? He
The
was
guy who
invested in
invented-
it.
yeah.
He invested in it, and he forgot the password. He couldn't get his.
Oh
he couldn't
yeah, a
get
lot
the-
of people did that. They have
Oh,
they
yeah,
have it hidden on hard drives and stuff.
Yeah.
And you have, I guess, keywords or something. And if you forget those keywords, well, you're
You're
out.
screwed. Yeah.
That money's just gone.
No,
Yeah.
thank. Ball mason. Put it in a jar. Bury it. It's there all the time.
Yeah, it's hard to go to the strip club and make it rain with Bitcoin.
Yeah, it is.
Here, let me shoot you
You
with
got
your
to throw
phone.
your phone at him. Whack.
No, she goes by with a reader. Zeep. We take Apple.
Can I Venmo you?
That's what I got.
I can't see. Okay, what? I think mine just needs to focus. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
$6.
And I only have like,
Probably invest a
15,
couple $100 in there, or maybe 1,000, maybe.
not even 1,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
Retirement.
Well, that's why I said, I just put a little bit in, see what happens, and see where it goes.
Yeah, see,
I'm not tied to it. I'm not like I've got all this investment.
I thought about it.
When it drops, I don't feel bad. When it goes up, I feel good.
I thought about when it dropped like 2 years ago and it went down to it's like under $10,000 again. Yeah, maybe I should throw like $100, $200 in. But I was like, I just don't know. I don't get
I know, I
it
totally-
because it isn't anything. But then
Mhm.
you say the dollar isn't anything either. We're not on the gold standard
It's-
anymore. It's just paper.
Yeah, it's literally the value of the dollar is because the government said so. It's fiat.
backed by the federal government. Well, that
It's
doesn't
fiat.
make me feel all warm
Yeah.
and
There's
fuzzy
nothing
either.
backing it, but their good word. That's it. And what's their good word worth?
Their printer's better.
Have
than
you
mine.
talked to anybody in our government lately?
I popped.
Not much.
I popped my money out of my 401
Yeah.
and switched it to somebody else. And that transaction.
And that dropped the stock market
No,
by a couple
and
hundred
that-
points
and that
because he
and that
took his
transaction
millions.
was the beginning of December. I would say like the second week of December.
Right.
I just talked to my guy.
Yeah.
I'm already up 10 grand in a month.
Nice. That's
There
it.
you
And,
go.
and that's just it. What, because the more you have, the
whole thing
quicker it
was
grows. That is the
between
point.
where it was and where it is now is
Yeah.
two totally different things. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and that's the reason why I pulled it out.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing with
So-
work, you can't
You're
even
not-
check it now
right.
because they're in the
Not
middle
until
of
the
the
20th.
They're in
transition.
the blackout period.
Yeah,
well,
the 20th is when it actually.
they had sent me a check prior to the blackout period. I only left like $3 grand in it.
not,
'Cause I want to see what it was doing, and I can't get in because
Yeah.
we're going to T Row Price or
zero
something.
price. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
You're
it's,
supposed to be able to do it on the UltiPro app once everything gets synced up.
No,
You can see it right on there.
That'll be nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be good. That will be nice. I got to actually do the new Ulti Pro.
I did it
haven't
last
done it
week.
yet.
I did it last week because I couldn't get into mine anymore.
Yeah, that's what mine did this week. I was like, crap.
Yeah.
I guess I
could let it go because I even had the paper that I made a photocopy of telling you what to do, which I didn't even need it anyway. But it, guys, I'm just gonna let it go. I can't do it. Well, last week I went to check my pay, and it's like, you have to go in there once in a while. It'll tell you the security questions.
Right.
None of my security questions came up anymore. It just wasn't allowing me to go any further.
It won't let you do anymore. You have to go into the new Ulti Pro, that new app, which I have downloaded on my phone. I just haven't done
the Ulti Pro instead of Ulti Pro Classic. I think was the one we had.
Yeah. Now it's Ulti Pro something or other. I don't know, but whatever it is, But yeah, it's irritating. Like I get frustrated whenever I have to change because now I got to try and remember old passwords, new passwords, and it drives me insane. I got my phone done last week.
Either I don't have the right one because you're saying with the passwords.
Yeah,
it just has it on this one. It just has my iPhone passcode.
Well, if you can enable Face ID with the new one.
Oh, okay.
Ulti Pro Classic is the green one in the middle.
Yeah,
see that?
Yeah, no, I don't got.
And now this is the one this is the new one.
Yeah, I don't have
the one up top.
Yeah, I got that.
He's got it.
Yeah, you got it.
But if you enable Face ID, it'll work.
That's what I do.
Everything.
My face ain't changing. Yeah. Well, it's getting older, but it's irritating. But I was going through all this crap with my phone because I went and got a new iPhone last week because was
when
having
you
a
talk
problem.
to me, that
it was just really, so I was talking to. I actually, how much time do we got? Oh, well, all right, 5 minutes. I'm talking to the guy at the store, and he's like, "Well, you could send it to Apple or go to the Apple store and have them." I said,
"Let one of the Apple geniuses take care of it.
Maybe they could do a diagnostic check on it, blah blah."
How old was your phone?
Doing 12.
Yeah, it's time to get a new one. It's going to stop working.
And that's why, because he's like, well, you could do that, or we could just do a new phone. I said, well, I really didn't want to have to go to the Apple store because I don't even know where there is one around here.
MacArthur Road.
That's not around here.
Mall. Yeah, that's not around you. No, yeah.
Well, you don't work around here either, so what's your point?
Well, I don't want to drive in there if I don't have to.
It's the same mileage, except you have to stay on 22.
But here's the point. I drive 50 miles to have them say, well, sometimes the phones are just wearing out. You got to get a new phone. So I was like,
I think with Apple, you can actually, but then you'll be without a phone, but you can send your phone.
I wasn't doing that. Yeah. That's what I mean. I wasn't going to play those. I said, just give me a new phone.
It's 4 generations.
I got the 16.
4 generations back. Some of your apps are going to stop working. Exactly. It's going to run slower. So,
so that's
2 years is what they say. You shouldn't keep it any more than 2 years.
And I was like, okay, I've had it for since 12, whatever. So whatever, 4 years. Is that what it is? A 4 year span. So it was paid off, and I was like, fine, whatever. So I was okay with doing it. But then now you have to go back into all of your apps.
Okay.
And everyone is asking you.
You don't have iCloud? I
do, but I don't know how that stuff works. I honestly don't.
Do you pay for iCloud?
Yeah.
So then your phone you should have had everything. Your phone should back up to the iCloud. And as soon as you get a new one, you turn it on and you put in your Apple ID and everything should just be there. It'll take some time to download everything from the cloud. But everything should be there. Your password should be saved.
No, it didn't. There was some that I had to go into the apps, like Coinbase. I had to go back in and redo the app, and I don't know why. And it was frustrating because I hate that because I don't remember anything. It's like, well, what's your password? I have no idea.
You'll love this, okay? Yeah, you say what'd you say? It stores your passwords.
Yeah,
iCloud,
passkeys. I think it's what the app is called.
We got an old composition book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Passcodes.
Yep.
Passwords, everything in it.
So I was telling the girl at the store, I said, I have an envelope downstairs. Says,
in case of emergency, open.
Says passwords. So I don't forget them because you have a password for everything.
Well, I actually have something in my phone. It was an app I downloaded, but that you need another PIN number to get into. So if anybody gets you in your phone, they can't get all, and that's where all my passwords are. And that's
what I got to start doing is just adding them because the phone will even ask you.
Even in notes, just put it in you have a notes app on the phone. Yeah. Just make a note that says passwords, and every time you get a new one, put it in there.
What is for and what the password is.
Yeah, just like
that makes sense.
If you Citibank, and then just put whatever your username is and your password.
There you go.
Hit enter. Go down.
I just found that note thing.
There you go.
I found it, and it's like, how do you get back into it now? It took 3 days to get back into it. And that's how you do it. And I forgot again. But when you were saying about it.
Because with these Apple, they want you to let the phone choose a random, which is like they say is the safest way to do, because it gives
I'm sure, yeah.
gibberish numbers.
Yeah, because you're gonna pick things that make sense to you.
You're gonna pick your wife's birthday, your daughter. Right. So if they does any research on you, they can hack it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, this is gibberish. How am I going to remember it?
Right.
So I started doing that, and the phone's supposed to remember it. But what happens again? Your phone falls in the toilet or something.
Right.
But that's why I pay for iCloud. Everything should be there.
Okay.
But if it doesn't,
how do you access iCloud?
If you go in your settings,
yeah,
and all the way at the top,
but again, you have to have your phone. Has it fallen in the toilet there or in the middle of a field?
I mean, I have my computer. I have my computer, so I go in there and I can access it.
If you go, put your phone on silent.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I heard just whoop.
Yeah. If you go in your settings, at the very top of all your settings is your name. You're probably if you have a picture up there. You click on that and you go to iCloud's going to be underneath there, and that's how you access, and you can do your settings and everything there, or you can just.
That's what I mean. Like sometimes it's like resetting your whole life. You know what I mean? Like because you got to go in and reset everything.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let that be a PSA for everybody as we wind down this show, this little break room show, a little quick break room show that we did today because I just wanted to get a break room show in.
Had nothing to do with truck driving except for what I saw.
We gotta end this show, and all I can tell you is everybody have a good day. And if you don't have a good day, it's on you. Have a good day because it's all up to you. It's whatever attitude you pick, you choose.
Motivational speaking.
There you go. Your good times, your good day, your good life is up to you. Don't let anybody else take a good day away from you.
Don't let anybody piss
Not even Cheerios. That's right. With all that being said, keep the hammer down.
The hammer lane.
And where do we? What do people do at the show?
Share the show.
Share it. Where are they going to share it?
Everywhere.
I
Facebook,
saw you shared
Instagram.
it on your Facebook page.
I did. I finally remember.
I know. I was like, Mike did it. Shipper. Mike did it.
He doesn't know where to find the app.
Shipper's like, what's Facebook? What are you talking about? Sharing?
I got a book. I got a face.
I send people a thing.
All right. Well, all that being said, everybody have a good day. Take care. Keep the hammer down.
Into hammer lane.
All right. And we're going to